Anathea, your divine feminine educator, and in this video, I want to talk about why your feminine qualities are so important and what the heck are they? Have your feminine qualities been defined by society, defined by a more masculine-oriented world? I want to introduce you to some really important feminine qualities that will get you through these wild times. You know, I'm wearing my little cat ears because you need to get your feline on. If you look at kitties, I have two of them. Half the time they're sleeping, they're just chill, they're just being, they're not trying to do something. Now, I'm not saying masculine energy is bad at all. It's just that it's been out of balance, and we need to balance that masculine energy with feminine energy. Every time I go into town, I see I'm an empath, and being in town is kind of like, I'm sorry, I have to say it, it's depressing. I'm really about women having a voice. You know, it hasn't been but 100 years since we've been able to vote, ladies. Woo! And so having our mouths covered, oh my Lord, it triggers the poop out of me. I just have to be honest with that. Just have to say, I think what more humanistic is the shield, and more futuristic and more uplifting and empowering. I think I might even do a live with the beautiful shield. You can get the kind that cover your glass, but that's not the point of this video today. Your feminine qualities and your feminine voice need to be heard during these transformational times. It's not about fighting, and it's not about fear, though that's playing out right now big time, and it's going to get even bigger according to the astrology. So we are being put under pressure and seeing which diamonds are going to emerge. And let me tell you, it's going to be your feminine quality. Thank you for being here, those that are listening. It's going to be the feminine qualities that you develop within yourself, not the ones that society has defined. I'm going to go through that in a moment. And I wanted to share some stuff with you and why I dressed up so pretty. You know, I put a little bit of lipstick on, my little thin lips. Anna Scott, so many people are like rabbits in the headlights. Yes. Well, it's because guess what? Fear, number one, is paralyzing. Fear is paralyzing, but fear is also false evidence appearing real. And so everyone's fear is bubbling up. Anyway, I don't want to get off on a tangent. I want to talk about feminine qualities, and it's so important for us to develop. Guess what? Another feminine quality is trusting in the process. But let me tell you, feminine quality is not weak. Feminine qualities are really strong. But we have been expressing the false feminine qualities, and they're not false feminine qualities, but they're feminine qualities that have not empowered us. When I was young, and my mother, I love my mother dearly, you know, but of course opposites attract, and so I triggered the poop out of her, and likewise she out of me. As a little girl, she would look at me and she would say, "You're such a pretty girl. Why do you do those things?" I was a rebel. I was a rebel once I got onto this planet, let me tell you. So what did this little girl like, oh, okay, so I'm pretty. But why do I do those things? What kind of imprint, Mom, Norma? I'm sorry, I love you dearly. You know, I must have just triggered the poop out of her. So because I had a lot of energy, and I always saw things deeper, and I saw beyond what was going on, and I felt people. It's taken me a lifetime to figure out that my own emotions are not mine. They're everybody else's. I mean, yes, I have my own, but just deciphering between me and we and me and the other person, you know? And I felt my mother's pain. Pain of not being heard, pain of not being appreciated, pain that she wasn't good enough, pain that she didn't have the love that she was so longing for. And my father was a very, very good man. I don't want to get off on tangents. I want to talk about feminine qualities. So what are the feminine qualities that we are faced with in our society? Being pretty. adornment, being eternally young, right? And pleasing to the visual senses. That is beautiful. As a matter of fact, a young, succulent woman is gorgeous. That's eye candy. However, outer beauty has a short shelf life. And just because the outer beauty is fading doesn't mean you are no longer feminine. As a matter of fact, my whole aging process has been a beautiful opportunity, and it already was happening. I've been through many different relationships. I wasn't on the 30-year program of being in one relationship. So my first husband passed away when I was 39 years old, and boom, that opened me up to a whole new world of transformation. I literally went on a spiritual journey. That's a story for another day. But understanding, I was a little sex pot when I was younger, and I threw my sexual energy around and my beauty around, and my smile around and my radiance around, and that was fun. But then it started fading. I'd say the 40s was the last hurrah. The 50s are like, what the F is happening to me and my body? And it's so beautiful because in the 50s, as a woman, you start being like, oh my gosh, how much have I defined myself from whether or not when I'm walking down the street that a man takes a second look at me? Whoa, that's what you go through. If you've based your outer beauty on your own inner worth, then you get an awakening if you live to your 50s. I think 40s is the last hurrah. I had a lot of fun in my 40s. 50s, boy, oh boy, your body changes, you go through menopause. But then what really starts emerging is your inner radiance. Like right now, okay, I have a little bit of lipstick on. I'm not wearing any mascara. When I wear mascara, it ends up all down here anyway. I'm more focused on if my eyes are shining radiance, they're shining love. So let me talk about some of the things. Pretty pressure. This is all, like a pretty dress. Look at you should see my pretty dress, And I love this dress. I traveled with it and spoke in front of many, many people in my late 40s, across the nation, Cayman Islands, Central America. Yes, so I have a lot of fond memories in this dress and even these pearls. Pretty pressure. I don't wear perfume, but I do essential oils, and essential oils open your heart and protect you and have beautiful things. As a matter of fact, frankincense is a really good essential oil right now during these wild times that we think that everyone is going to kill us, the invisible enemy. These times, as a matter of fact, I got a morning hit. These times, when is it going to be over with? It's going to be over with when you believe it's over with. Yes, I got for a certain series of time, I got like every morning. I still get them, but it was like this one week long. Every morning I got these business assignments, and one of them was I got these hits first thing in the morning. Boom, got this information. So when is it going to be over with? It's going to be over with when you believe it's over with. Nobody's going to hand you a silver platter and say, here is your freedom. Here is your happiness. Here is your joy. Here is your health. No, you have to act. Now we have to be like, okay, if I want that, it's really clearer than the light of day, that if you want any of those things, you need to claim it, be it, find out, educate yourself. How do I get there? Get the support that you need, because it's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter and you can't buy it. Hairdo, pretty hairdo, outer beauty, pretty pressure. I call it pretty pressure, buying into pretty pressure. And it's so freeing to not have to, and I've been in so many different relationships that over the years, I mean, really like 4 main love relationships that brought me to my knees. I had to be this rising phoenix again to realize, oh, am goddess, It's not about the other person. I'm not going to find love out there. I got to find it in here. And if I pull in a guy, oh, this is one of my teachers says this, is, are you attracting a guy? Are you dressed for penis or are you dressed for Venus? Now, I hope that YouTube doesn't get mad at me for using that word, even though porn is rampant on the internet. No one seems to have any problem with that. But I won't say it again. I hope you got that. Dress for Venus and you'll attract more love. And that doesn't mean you can't show your body, but you have to radiate a different vibration than victim energy or buying into the pretty definition of what society has defined for us, okay? So I want to go into some of the things that are powerful feminine qualities that are a powerful force for transformation and will also support you during these times, because feminine energy and that feminine force is a healing energy. So let's talk about some of them. Love your unique beauty. There is nobody like you. From here to here is uniquely you. You are a crystallization. Hey, Chris, good to see you here, honey. I love everybody's comments. If you can comment and if you can share this video to your timeline, and let's get this information out, because women don't need to buy into all this stuff anymore. Anyway, you are uniquely you from here to here. I mean, all over, but you are a crystallization. Like, apparently, see my nose right here? These kind of noses are feminine. These kind of noses are masculine. So I do have a masculine nose. I have focused energy. I've had to balance my masculine energy with a lot of feminine energy. And I have, because I know how to stop, drop, and be in my body. But the reason why I've done that is because I've done a lot of emotional processing. Oh my God, the bad word, emotions. Yes, a lot of emotions are coming up for people now because of what we're going through. We're going through really hard times. Yes, hard times right now. And a lot of stuff is going to be bubbling up. So, okay, your unique beauty, you're a crystallization of who you are. Okay, love that. I don't have upper lips, but apparently I don't have upper lips because this is Ayurvedic wisdom. My mom was stressed while I was gestating. So, that gave me information to understand that I was in the womb already suffering from anxiety energy. So being in this world, I have to take those extra steps to really nurture myself, because the inherent nature of who I was as I was developing, there was a lot of like static anxiety energy going around me, right? My mom already had 2 kids. She had her hands full. She would never have admitted it, and I wasn't aware enough to really have that conversation with her. At the time, I was an accident. Good Catholic family. But somehow my soul wanted in, and I wanted to be here. But that information gave me, and you know what? That's okay. So sure, should I shoot myself up with some Botox, or should I just learn to love my little upper lip? I think I should learn to love my upper lip. Anyway. So this is unique. That's you, right? Emotions. Emotions are very feminine. Emotions are like water, okay? And emotions come and they go. And they're not something to just deny. See, that's the big thing. I shouldn't be feeling this way, or, oh, it doesn't really matter. Yes, it matters. And yes, you matter. So where is that emotion in your body? And people don't want to, that's a bad word. Emotions is a bad word. So I literally had to change one of my courses to how to feel better. How to feel better. Because people don't want to feel bad. And I don't blame you if you don't want to feel bad. But a lot of bad feelings are coming up right now. And it's going to be your feminine qualities that are going to get you through this time. So the emotions are feminine. But also what's feminine is nurturing, receptivity. See, we give out what we actually so desperately need. So take those emotions and hold them. Hold them in your loving awareness. Hold them in the light of consciousness. They don't need to be denied. Oh, I'm not feeling fear. And you know, the interesting part is when we repress them, it's like this undercurrent that's actually running the show. So it's kind of wild. But once you actually bring it up to and so then you don't really even notice. It's like you've got everything in control, but there's this undercurrent that you're not even aware is running the show. And so, oh yeah, I'm not afraid. But if you were to sit and be still, maybe that fear would actually bubble up. And maybe you could hold it in love. And maybe you could bring it some of that breath and calmness and words of, like you would say to a child that's crying, everything's going to be okay. I'm right here with you, honey. All is well. All is well. Do you ever say that to yourself? So finding the time to do that is really, really important. Finding the calm in the storm is very feminine. Going inward is very feminine. Going outward is masculine. Going inward is feminine. Sensuality and touch is feminine. Are you giving yourself that? What else is a feminine quality that's very healing is connecting to the sacredness of your body. You see, the image of woman, what has been defined through magazines and media, is this perfect body that's really only about 1% of society. Most of us just have real bodies. Maybe we don't have it up here, but we have it down there. We have a nice round butt, but we don't have voluptuous breasts, or maybe we have voluptuous breasts, but we have this box body. Maybe we don't have something, or we have something else, but your body is uniquely you. It is your temple. It is your sacred vessel that is bringing you through this life. So a very feminine quality that's going to get you through these times is holding that beautiful body as sacred. No matter what age, shape, race, color, breed, size, country, wherever you are from, your body is your temple. It's sacred unto you. So that gives me to the next quality, feminine quality, I would say, even though it's masculine and feminine, is your sexuality. But feminine sexuality, oh my gosh. If you can really put a light of love on your sexuality, you will transform. Transform. We've actually numbed ourselves. I was watching, my honey man watches TV, and I can't even be in that energy, so I have to go somewhere else. It literally, the energy of it, the frequency of it is like, once you start getting resensitized and stop being desensitized, everything in the mainstream or normal world is desensitizing you and disconnecting you from these true healing feminine qualities. So it was actually an interesting show, but then when the commercials come on, look at the commercials. If you ever watch TV, look at the commercials. Are they uplifting? Are they supportive? Are they enhancing to your life force energy? Or are they numbing? Are they numbing you out? I'm not even going to talk about that, but violence has become normal. By the time a little boy or even a little girl is 11 years old, they've been exposed to X amount of people, seeing X amount of people being killed through video games or whatever. We've numbed out. And so what is feminine energy? Feminine energy is resensitizing ourselves. This is physical energy, and yes, we live in the physical world, but now there's so much energy coming onto the planet that's transformational energy. If we just stay in this perception of physical, this is my hairband, I'll take that off. We need to cultivate that more subtle energy to survive. At least that's what I feel. I could be wrong, but we've got to balance that masculine force with that feminine force. We've got to balance this kind of living with this kind of living. I'll tell you one of the beautiful things about this whole thing with what's going on right now, and I don't even like to use the word because I don't like to make that a reality, is that now people, before you hug someone, you ask permission. You say, at least I do. I'm more aware of it, and it's become more normal to, if you want to hug someone, is it okay if I hug you? Isn't that sweet? That's beautiful. That's more subtle energy being developed. That's feminine qualities coming into our culture in a whole new way. One more last thing that I want to say before I get off here, or one more feminine quality that I want to share is being playful. When we were young, we were robbed of our erotic innocence. Maybe you got caught touching yourself. Your sexuality is sacred. Your sexuality is what actually brought you here. That's what created you as a human being. Sex energy is a creative life force energy. But it was taken away from us, distorted, negated, denied at a very young age because even our feelings, having feelings, oh, don't feel that way. Here's a lollipop. Just that is a little simple example. But our sexual energy, don't have feelings. Just tamp them down. Tamp them down. I think I was way too much for my mom. I had to tamp them down, tamp them down. So the same thing's happening with our sexuality. So at a very, very young age, our um, our erotic innocence was taken away from us. So this playfulness, are you playful? Are you able to be playful? And what is playfulness for you? That's a feminine quality. We've become grown-ups and all too serious. What is playfulness? Playfulness is lightheartedness. And we need more of that higher frequency. When we have a light heart, we're not carrying burdens. And when we have a light heart, we've shed ourselves from this fear, false evidence appearing real. So yes, feel the fear, it's okay. But learn about these feminine qualities that are going to help you survive these times. So in the link, I have a article that I wrote about how to be more feminine. I want you to enjoy that article and share this video if you've enjoyed it. Share the article if you enjoy it, and have a beautiful day. See if there's one of these feminine qualities that you can really focus on today to send out healing energy, not only to yourself, but to those you love and the community at large. We need you right now to step into that place of feminine power. And I'm here to support the process. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.